Alright, maybe make this into a YouTube video if this attempt goes well. I'm gonna do my best to explain what's going on here. So this is the method to RNG manipulate drops for Auron and Kimahri from Bat Eye and Via Purifico. If you don't understand the significance of that, this information is not for you. This is only for people crazy enough to implement those weapons into their definition of completionism for this game.
Alrighty.
You're not a hardcore completionist going for ulti completion for true 100%. You probably shouldn't think about what I'm about to talk about. If you are nuts enough to want to get everything that you can possibly get in your file, this is, in my opinion, the only reasonable way to get these weapon drops. Trying to grind them the old-fashioned way by just killing things and hoping for the right drop is not going to work. So to do this, you're going to need 2 programs. And you can get both of these programs from the Final Fantasy X speedrun Discord. The first is what they refer to as the Manip Tool. You'll need that. You'll also need the RNG tracker.
2, 3.
Again, both of these tools can be obtained in the Final Fantasy X speedrun Discord.
Hey, I got a game to play.
Once you've got those tools, you will open up the tracker software, enter in your desired seed. Let the record state that I will have a list of usable seeds down below,
Promise.
so that you can kind of know what is and is not useful. So yeah, you'll enter in the number of the seed that you want. You will just press enter again, because you don't know your Mystery Byte at this point in the manip. Then you'll press enter a 3rd time, wait for a 5-second countdown, and you'll press new game immediately when that countdown ends. It should be noted that this is one of the 2 places where something can go wrong in the manip. If you press new game too close to a fresh second on your system clock, in other words, if the system clock just ticked over to a new second, and you click new game too close to that happening, it will mess up the manip. I don't really know why, but it'll basically snapshot either a few seeds early or a few seeds late, depending on, whether you were early or late. So, don't press too close to a fresh second. You'll play all the way through the intro, which is what you see happening now. And you'll play all the way up until the point where you get to the first Sinscale encounter.
What are you?
It begins.
What?
Don't cry.
What the? Huh? Hey, wait! Hey, not this way.
Look. We called it sin.
Sin?
So this first battle coming up is used for a couple of things. First, in the Manip Tool, we are going to type in the damage values from Auron's first attack, Tidus's first attack, and then Auron's second attack, in that order. So we'll be skipping Tidus's first turn, just to be clear. Once we enter those values into the Manip Tool, that'll tell us two things. First off, that'll tell us what our Mystery Byte number is, and by extension that tells us which cluster of RNG we're in, so to speak, which 64 seeds we have access to. And then the second thing that those damage values tell us is which seed that we're currently on. So after entering those seeds, we'll check to see if the current seed is a good one first of all, and then we'll continue from there. So, with the Manip Tool open, we'll begin entering values. Skip Tidus's first turn, and we'll enter this value. 274, space. 262, space. 275. We have a Mystery Byte of 221. I can't get to the seed that I like to get to, but that's okay, so we'll just check to see which seed we're on. So just bear with me for just a second while I enter that information into the RNG tracker, which will tell me the exact seed number that I'm on. I compare that to the list of seeds that I'll have listed in the description below. So I'm on seed 49. I will look at my notes, and I see that 49 is actually an incredibly useful seed. So this is a bad example of the video, unfortunately. But we'll keep it going. So now that we know that this seed is useful, we will suicide Tidus and Auron. We're just trying to get to the game over screen as quickly as possible. This can take a minute because Tidus and Auron aren't really good at taking damage right now. Alright, so we know that we're on seed 49, and we know that the fourth line of seed 49 gives us a drop that we want. So, back on the main menu screen, we're going to load a game, because we should still be on the exact same seed we just loaded with the new game. And we're going to turn on boosters just to make things go a little faster. Now, I go to the tracker software, and then I look at the drops table and make sure I've got the right thing pasted into it. And again, I'll have all of this information linked in the description. We see that the item that we want is exactly 4 drops down in the table, as for my notes. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill these 3 enemies here. It's 1. This is 2. And this is 3. No drop, as predicted, but now we need to fish for an encounter with a bad eye. So this is not a bad eye, so we will escape until the current encounter is a bad eye. Alright, here's a bad eye. I need this weapon drop, which is going to be a Fire Strike open slot with Auron. So casting Holy on this guy should get me a weapon that I need. So we'll go ahead and take off the hyperspeed. We don't need to get in encounters more frequently now. And lo and behold, a Fire Blade, as we predicted. To make sure that it is indeed a Fire Strike open. That's what we need. And it is. Nice. And customize that into something that we need. I'm just going to sort my inventory here. So we can save that for later after I move it up a bit. Just make sure it's not trash. Alright. That's good enough for now. So, that's what happens if, on your first attempt, you start out on a useful seed. What happens if you don't start out on a useful seed? Let's maybe show one of those, actually, before we go out. So make sure there's no more useful equipment on the seed. There is not to my knowledge. Maybe Maybe add in a steel, see if that changes anything. No, it doesn't change shit. I forgot about that. Equipment is different from... Alright, ignore me. So, the seed's not useful. What happens if we start out on a non-useful seed? Exiting the game should reset our Mystery Byte value. I'm going to close out of both of the softwares and reopen them. And starting a fresh attempt here. Alright, so we want the 246 right now. I don't know my Mystery Byte, so I press enter. Now we wait for the 5-second countdown starting now. Yeah, unfortunately, we had to sit through the intro pretty much every time we're setting up a fresh
Listen
nip.
to my story.
And statistically speaking, we're probably going to end
Maybe
up on
our
a bad
last
seed,
chance.
so it's very likely that we're going to have to watch the intro twice for this attempt, but maybe not. Maybe not.
Can you sign this?
No prob.
So once again, we're just playing through until we get to the Sinscale encounter.
Alrighty.
Once we get there, we enter the damage values to get our Mystery Byte and to find out which seed we're on. If the seed that we're on is not useful,
Can I have your autograph?
we will show what happens at that point.
Good luck tonight.
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
He's blocking the front row! Fifth from the right!
Got it. Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
2, 3... Teach us how to blitz!
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after!
Maybe tonight, well,
You can't tonight.
I mean tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jacked, gone.
Make way. Coming through. Hey! Hey, let... Auron! What are you doing here? What are you Huh? Huh?
It begins.
What?
Don't cry.
Oh. What the? Huh? Hey, wait! Hey, not this way!
Look. We called it sin.
Sin?
So once again, we have the Manip Tool open, ready to enter some damage values. This is to find our Mystery Byte.
A gift from Jacked.
My old man?
I hope you know how to use it. These ones do...
96 space 284. Alright, so we are not in the cluster with 246. We've got Mystery Byte 135. Let's check our current seed.
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
Just 1 second to check the current seed. We are on seed 3338151, which is 74. Check my notes. 74 is unsurprisingly useless. Okay, great. Now we get to show what happens when we get a bad seed. Let's check, see which seed we want though. Perfect, alright, 96. That's what we're going for. So our Mystery Byte is 135. Keep that in mind. And we're gonna hyperspeed suicide Tidus and Auron here. Nice crit. Dude, nice. Any day now, Tidus. Come on. And another crit. Alright. So, we know which seed we want, we know our Mystery Byte, now we're going to close the Manip Tool again. Reopen it. And this time, we are going to enter the seed that we want, which in this case, just to make sure, is 96. Then we have our Mystery Byte, which is 135. And we'll be starting a new game here in about 20 seconds. This movement on the menu screen is just to prevent the splash from starting up again or whatever from inactivity. We'll be hitting new game here in about 5 seconds when you hear the ding. System sound. And now we've just initialized a new RNG seed, and if everything in the past 10 minutes was done correctly, the seed we should be initialized to is seed 96. So, once again, we're going to have to play through the beginning of the game up to the Sinscale encounter, because that's the first place that we can get a game over and get back to the menu on the current RNG seed, as well as it being a place that we can check the current seed, make sure we did everything right. So we'll know as soon as we see the damage values if we set everything up correctly. The sound that you just heard there is the Manip Tool telling when another time to be on this seed would have been. Again, we can't know if we are actually on seed 96 until we see the damage values in the first Sinscale encounter, and then we'll know immediately. It is worth noting that if we see incorrect damage values, that can be because of one of two things. It's either because the Manip Tool's timer to start the file, which is those dings that you're hearing, that was started either slightly too early or slightly too late, is a simple way to explain it. And as I mentioned earlier, it has to do with the system clock. If it's too close to a fresh second on the system clock, it'll cause issues. So that's one thing that can cause issues. And the other issue,
Listen to my story.
the Mystery Byte sometimes just changes.
This may be
I
our
personally
last
don't understand
chance.
much about it, but the experts who I've talked to say they don't either, and sometimes it just changes and they don't really know why, so apparently that can happen too, and I don't really know how to tell if that's happening or not. But in the case of the first thing going wrong, you tell because you are close to the seed that you want to be on, and you check damage values, but you'll be like 2 to 4 off. Usually 2 in my experience. Gonna go ahead and close out of the Manip Tool there. Those dings you're hearing in the background, we actually don't need it anymore once we've initialized this second file with the known Mystery Byte. You only need it when you're trying to set up the files. Once you've started the new game for the second time, you no longer need that tool. Hello.
Can you sign this?
No prob.
Please?
Alrighty.
Me too!
Take it easy.
Can I have your autograph?
Of course.
Good luck tonight!
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
Ace block in the front row! Fifth from the right!
Got it. Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
2, 3... Teach us how to blitz!
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after!
Maybe tonight, well,
You can't tonight.
I mean tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the...
Make way. Coming. Hey! Hey! What are you doing?
I was waiting.
What are you... Huh? Huh?
It begins.
What?
Don't cry.
What the? Huh? Hey, wait! Hey, not this!
So, the past 20 minutes have been leading up to this moment. We now are hoping to see some very specific damage values here.
We call it sin.
Sin?
Be incredibly disappointed if we don't. But won't be the first time we've seen that. In this situation, if something does go wrong, it's a matter of unfortunate start timing on the new game selection. It's very unlikely the Mystery Byte would have changed already.
Take it.
So, let's see if we have a little bit of predictive power here. No on Auron's first hit usually, but Edith's first hit confirms it. Alright.
I hope you know how to use it.
So, yeah, Thetis' first turn. We should see 293 here with Auron. 293. You'll love to see it. Alright, this should be 130. It's 130. We're on the right seed. 292. Okay. Now, we are going to kill Thetis and Auron, as we showed earlier. Nice crit. Okay. Alright. Now we're back on the title screen where we'll load into Via Purifico. And we'll take just 1 second to get the drop tracker set up properly. I'm gonna exit out of that again. Go and enter the values that we just got. And you'll get to grinding. It looks like our drop is on slot 5 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 5 for the drop. Let me check something else real quick. So I unfortunately already have this drop, but I can craft it, so that's fine. So, okay, here we go. We'll kill 5 things. Actually, since we got into this battle early on, here's how we're going to do this. A character death counts the same as an enemy death. So for starters, we are going to kill this thing. Going to kill this guy. So this is 1 to our counter. This is going to be 2 to our counter. So this is 2. This is 3. Oops. This is 4. So, if everything's been done correctly, Kimahri should kill this guy here. we should get a Strength 5 open slot weapon for Kimahri. It appears so. Let's check. And it is exactly as predicted. So that is how you manipulate for this specific completionist scenario with the Via Purifico weapons. That's how it's done.